Hello, welcome to Mimics and Monstrosities, everyone. I am Garrett, the DM, and today we will be playing Grimshade Mountain. We will be continuing the campaign. Before we get started, Justin, do you have any announcements?
Not a lot. So Sunday, watch us at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for Soldiers of the Lich Queen, the continuation of our buddy Sam's game. And then next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you can tune into our first session, technically our sixth session, but with a new group of Dungeon of the Mad Mage at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. And then the continuation of our pirate campaign, Beneath the Tide, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. I DM both of those little guys. And then obviously Grimshade Mountain every Thursday at 7. And July 17th, we'll be doing a all-day 12-hour stream for charity and just for the channel itself. So you can donate and make the channel a little bit better, help me get a better setup so these internet issues stop fucking me over a little bit. That's really all it. Same as usual.
Woo! All right. So, with that, guys, last time on Grimshade Mountain, after Gorak killed everyone, he came upon some tree-spawned adventurers. After receiving a plentiful bounty spewing from the ground, they geared up and proceeded through a cave to a mossy environment, a darkened mossy environment, almost no light at all. But it was riddled with traps and kobolds. Along the way, Eberk resisted the will of the entity that brought him to life, resulting in him being possessed by the entity for a short time. And that is where we pick up. And so we start with Eberk looking at Gorak with this pained, but it's a smile that is extremely forced, like it's pulling at your skin, and it's on the just cusp of tearing your face open. And then it fades out, and Eberk, you come to consciousness, and your face hurts really bad, like just like if you've just been smiling for too long, but multiply that by time. Like
Sweet.
Times 5.
As I come back, I definitely want to, like, the last thing I remember is Gorak just running through this swamp towards the kobolds, and I'm just gonna scream like, "Beware of kobold trap!" Oh, never mind. As I kind of like gather my surroundings.
Yeah, Baktamen killed most of them. And this is Rondo, and I point to the reanimated kobold sitting on my shoulders.
Oh, I don't know who Rando is anymore, but me as a person sympathizes so much. All right, yeah. Let's do this.
So where should we go next, do you think?
I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Oh,
so probably don't ask me.
You're in this strange, like, dungeon thing?
You're the one that said you've been here before.
Well, I
Great.
haven't been down here before. I've been over there before.
Oh, hell. And I walk away and start looking for the way out of here.
Yeah, can I just kind of like look around and take stock of like the situation?
Yeah, you see a couple blood trails on the ground with your dark vision, and they're heading off in one direction, and the other direction, I believe, since you have dark vision, is 60 feet.
I do. Yep.
You can also see some of the remnants of other kobold bodies.
Okay. So then I'm going with, so I've got passive perception of 22. Would I be able to figure out that like, hey, we came from one direction, we're heading another?
Well, I mean, putting 2 and 2 together, you're pretty sure you
Okay.
went through those kobolds.
Perfect. So let's maybe head the opposite direction and look for a way out of here.
All right. And I take another firefly out of my bag, squish it up the blade of my greatsword, and cast light on my greatsword again, and emit that awesome glowing red light off my greatsword.
You do that, and it's bright light for 20 feet, and then dim light
Yep.
for another 20 feet.
Yo,
Okay.
onward, I guess. And I'm just gonna walk towards the way we were going.
All right. You guys keep walking. It's still that soft mossy earth that kind of squishes about half an inch every time you step into it.
Yeah.
It's like almost spongy.
How much do I squish down on it?
We'll say a little bit more.
All right.
But it does not count as rough terrain.
Gorek's gonna like kneel down in the moss, and he's gonna scoop his like gnarled, like half burned, half decayed Minotaur hand into like the dirt and the moss and stuff. And he's gonna put it in his mouth and taste it.
Okay.
Delicious.
Tastes like kind of lichenous, like a mix of like lichen and moss.
Trying to see if
Just
you
like
can discern where exactly we are.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that
cave.
you're inside of a mountain. You know that you're just in the tunnels underneath a mountain.
I spit the moss out. Go. I think we're under some tunnels in a mountain. Randall, be quiet.
As you guys. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just.
Or sorry,
Oh.
not Rando. Baktamen.
Are we going the same direction as the blood trail?
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
that's where he said he was going.
I'm just gonna try to track that then.
Okay.
Wounded animal.
All right. As you guys track that, you start to see a slight fog rolling in. Yeah, and as you walk through it, we're gonna cut over to Bliss. Bliss,
Hello.
You awaken at the base of a tree. You're covered in like gross, goopy fluid, and you're completely naked, just like as if you're just birthed. You look up and there's like a busted hanging nodule that's kind of red and yellow. Bliss wakes up. She gets her clothes on, picks up a bunch of the other items around the tree, and as you're doing that, you hear a voice in your head, and it says, "Seek out the others below. Help them. Go deeper. Destroy the vermin."
Am I aware that it's like in my head?
Yeah, it like has an echoing, like you do. It's almost like you are speaking, but it's
Okay.
not your voice. So you
Right.
know when you hear yourself
Mhm.
speak, it has like a certain resonance in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I look around, see if I see anything else around me?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Roll perception.
Okay. 22.
22.
Yeah.
So you see in the distance, you see a doorway and some torches. You also see like a lot of blighted roots along the ground. All of it is kind of blackened and dark, and with occasional little nodules of kind of like pestilence. You don't see anything else of note other than that doorway. You can hear a river in the opposite direction, though, like the sound of running water.
Guess I check if the door is open.
It is open. It's
And-
you can tell that it's covered with blood.
Ooh, I would like to stealthily open and peek through the door to see what I can
Yeah.
see.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Well, that was a natural 20 plus 10, so 30.
Woo, right on. You are the darkness.
Okay.
Okay, so now we'll go back to these guys. You guys walk into the fog. It comes up to about it doesn't actually go above your heads. It's actually just right at your chin, Eberk.
Oh boy. So
So
that's
you
like a
guys
4-foot fog.
Yeah, so you guys can't make out what you're stepping on.
What if I get down on all fours and crawl around?
You can do that.
No. I guess let's just keep moving forward.
All right, everybody in this group make perception checks.
Alrighty. I think I'm kind of decent at those. Can I just use my passive perception?
Gorak got a 21.
Oh,
Okay.
snap.
Dirty
Apparently
20.
these dice love me. That is a natural 20.
Mm-hmm. Everybody got really high. Excellent. All of you hear flapping above. You can't see the ceiling. It goes beyond your 60 feet of dark vision. It's just sheer vertical walls along the sides. But you hear like kind of leathery flapping up above you. But it's not as high pitched as like a bat. It's a bit lower pitched than that.
Can I can I use my produce flame cantrip and just like chuck it up at the ceiling? It's got a range of like 100 or like
I think it's
What is
only 30.
oh, it is only 30 feet. But it does shed a light in a 20-foot radius. Could I like chuck it up 30 feet and hope to see if maybe it illuminates
Sure, give
anything?
it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just chuck it straight up. Do you want me to make like
You
a
do it.
roll or
Yeah. No, you chuck it straight up. You don't see anything, and it just goes and comes back down, and then fizzles out by the time before it comes back down to you guys.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I think there's a fiend about. Oi, fiend!
Yeah, no. Oh, great. Does that sound like the kobolds to you guys?
I don't know.
They spoke a lot. Well, I was kind of unconscious, so I
You
would
guys
know
would-
that.
you
though,
guys would
because it
recognize
sounds like
this.
kobolds to you.
Yeah, it's a kobold.
Oh boy, I'm thinking winged kobold.
Based on your guys' perception, you see a rock coming down right above Baktamen's head.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Do you want to do
Oh,
anything? It's coming down right on his head.
Dive out of the way.
Yeah, move and like jump.
All right. Yeah. You step aside, and it just goes and sinks into the ground below.
Oh,
Think we might need to move. Mhm.
Yeah, at this point, if we can't see it, we might as well run.
all right.
That
All right.
or hold up, let me see what I got. Nope, all my spells require that I can see the target. I got nothing, guys. Let's get out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. How you said so the ceilings disappear above even like 60 feet worth?
Correct.
I'm thinking maybe I turn into a giant spider. I could climb 30 feet up the walls and then dark vision 60 feet further and see if I can see anything.
I don't know. Let's see. What does the? Yeah, it has 60 feet. Sweet. Yeah,
I mean,
you could do that if you wanted.
I mean, so I can stay in wild shape for up to an hour at my current level. So it's not really like it's a big waste. And considering I can wild shape twice every short rest, sure, why not? Yeah, so I'll go ahead and turn myself into a giant spider and run 30 feet up the side of the walls.
You guys see Eberk just turn into this atrocious, like giant spider right in front of you. Doesn't even say anything. Just goes.
Surprise!
Look to Gorak and go, what's this fool doing? And run up as well.
Oh, right, because you've got the spider climbing boots.
I will stay on the ground.
You got boots of walking up the walls.
All right.
Get to cover.
I don't need cover.
You're a walking meat shield.
All right, so you guys start crawling upwards, and you see, as you keep going up, you see movement on the wall behind you. Because you're a spider, I imagine you've just got like you got your eyes everywhere. It's like you see movement on the wall behind you, and you see that it's a kobold with wings, and it sees you and just throws a rock at you. And it rolled an 11.
That'll miss even in spider form.
Yeah, and he's just gonna start running away.
Can I?
Well, I'm treating this as like combat without rolling. Baktamen, what do you want to do after seeing this?
Is he actually in my range to see? I've only got 40 with the torch.
You would have seen a rock fly out of the darkness from a direction.
Okay, I'm gonna hold the action in case he comes within visual range to attack.
Unless you gain sight of him. Okay. All right. Eberk, what do you want to do?
So, how far away am I seeing this creature roughly?
It was along the other side of the wall. Which was so it's like your walkway, the whole hallway area, the tunnel is about 10 feet wide, but so far you haven't seen the top of this tunnel.
Okay.
But this guy, he's along the side. He is about 50 feet away from you.
50 feet. Could I spend like 30 feet or even 20 feet of movement to get like further up and closer to it, I guess? And then maybe chuck a web at it to try and restrict.
All right. So we in case anybody missed it, Eberk had changed into a giant spider and had webbed a winged kobold to the wall high above Gorak. Gorak, you're hearing a whole bunch of noises up above you. What do you want to do?
Is there any way I can get out of this like fog and get sight of what's going on?
Right now they're all you're hearing the noises above you. Up in front, you just see more fog.
Yeah,
just covering the ground.
Yeah, I don't really got anything to deal with this whole
Darkness,
scenario, so.
but
Um, I'm gonna try to climb the wall.
okay. Athletics check.
All right. 15.
Yeah, you get about half your movement speed, 15 feet up. Would you have? I imagine your sword is now on your back.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's giving off a light, but it's also casting a shadow on the area that you're trying to climb on as well because it's on your back.
Yeah.
But you make it 15 feet up. Bliss.
Oh.
You make your way through like a bunch of triggered traps. You come across like a swampy area and you step across these stepping stones. One of them goes off, but you're able to dodge it. And then you come across a bunch of kobold bodies. They're very bloody. One of them is like charred up. Another one has like a mix of blood and kind of water around it.
Can I check for tracks of people moving through recently?
Yeah. Do a survival check.
Okay. That's a 3.
You don't see any tracks.
I didn't think I would.
You see a whole bunch of indentations, but you're not sure what exactly made them, or like if it was anything at all, or if it was like just part of the terrain.
Okay. What do I see? So I see the dead kobolds. Is it like a very straight, like there's one pathway, or? Is there, like,
Yeah. You see a bunch of green kobolds, and it is just a tunnel.
just a tunnel? Can I? What do I do in kobolds? Can I check the kobolds to see if there's anything on them remaining, or if I can find anything out from their bodies?
Outside of the cause of their injuries, you can't. You don't see anything of use on them.
Okay.
They have like really janky daggers and slings, few rocks.
I could take a few rocks. No, I'll walk down the tunnel, still stealthed, I hope.
Oh yeah. You did. You're still using your good stealth roll to make it through all of this.
Okay, good.
You are of the night.
I am a
And
shadow.
in the distance, you see a fog, like just about waist height for you,
Okay.
and you see a faint red light as well.
Okay. Can I see what the red light is or where it's coming from here?
Do a perception check.
Okay. 8, which is too much all of a sudden.
What is it?
16 plus 8.
Oh, okay.
24.
Yeah, you see it's coming off of like a sheathed greatsword. So there's like a thin red light coming out of the
Okay.
sheath between the hilt and the covering. And you can't quite make out. Oh, you do have dark vision. Yeah, you can see that it is a ghastly looking Minotaur in this adamantine breastplate, and he's just clawing at the side of the wall and going upwards.
Oh,
And now we're gonna cut back to Eberk as the giant spider. What you doing, buddy?
Sweet.
Oh, actually, sorry, it was Baktamen first.
Oh yeah.
I'll move towards Eberk, and do I have visual on this thing after my
30 feet?
next?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's the opposite wall, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is 10 feet away.
Yeah.
But you're within seeing range if you still have your torch on you.
Yeah, I do, but once I got up here, I realized I can't use my bow.
Right.
I'm gonna look down. Is Gorak on this wall or the other wall?
Sorry, why couldn't you use your bow?
It's two-handed, isn't it?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with the torch?
Okay, I wanted to make sure that that's why. Yes.
Yeah.
You could drop the torch.
Is Gorak on the R wall or the opposite wall?
Gorak?
Yeah.
Gorak, which wall are
I
you
would have
on?
been clawing up where I saw my friends climb up.
Yeah, he's on the same side as you,
Well, not really friends yet.
Baktamen.
Okay, I'm gonna holler down to him that it's just a flying kobold that's stuck on the other wall.
You're shitty.
If I have any movement speed, I'm gonna just start walking back down the wall.
Okay. Bliss, you would be hearing all of this as well. You'd be hearing that little conversation that was happening. All right, Eberk, what are you gonna do?
So how far away am I from this thing that I've like shot this web at?
You are pretty much just on the opposite side of the wall from it.
Is there, so I've
You're
got,
2 feet away.
oh, okay, I'm real close. Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, because I've got 30 feet of climbing speed and
Like
8 as a spider.
If the walls of this tunnel, if these are the walls of the tunnel and that's 10 feet away, you're right here and it's right there.
Is there a way for me to get actually within melee range of it though? Because I only have a 5-foot reach.
To jump?
Oh, I guess, you know what? I could leap from one wall to the other as a spider, I suppose.
Yeah.
Climb on ceiling.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, let's absolutely do that. Yeah.
You do that. You're like, you jump and you pretty much pounce on top of it and he's
Absolutely.
just shitting himself. He's like, no.
Yeah, no. So then I'll definitely use a bite attack against it as it's pinned to this wall.
Okay, do it. Roll attack with advantage.
Do I have? I was going to ask. Do I have advantage because he is restrained?
Yeah. I just said
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So with advantage, that is a total of 15 to hit. Oh gosh, I rolled terribly. I rolled a 7 and an 8.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh my gosh, awesome. That is a D8 plus 3 piercing, and he's going to need to make a con save. So the D8 plus 3 is 9 piercing damage.
Yeah, you bite him and he just goes, and he's dead.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. It's a lot easier than I thought. No poison damage coming into play then. All right.
Yeah. He's very scared at the end.
I'll just drop off the wall then back onto the ground.
Yeah, I'll say you guys heard the death rattle of this poor little kobold.
Yeah. Do you want to take bludgeoning damage for dropping 15 feet?
Nah.
All right.
Fuck it. Yeah, remember the ground is like spongy.
Well, that's right. So I dropped 15
Right.
feet, 400 pounds, 15 feet onto that stuff, and then greatsword back out to get the light.
Yeah. So we'll say that Baktamen joins you as well. Did you want to do anything else while you're up there? Eberk?
No, I mean, can I maybe... So I am a spider, so I'm not sure exactly how nimble my hands or legs would be. But I guess maybe I'll kind of look through his corpse, or maybe even drop him down to the ground so that we can loot his corpse.
I'll say that yeah, like a spider, you have a certain dexterity with your legs, and knowing which of your webbing is the sticky ones and which ones are just
Okay.
for the tensile strength and for walking on. And so you go and clip the right ones with your hands and let the body fall to the ground.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll just, I guess, drop it down there and then climb back down the wall, and turn back into myself.
right.
And then we can maybe try and loot this guy's corpse.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys see this spider crawl back down, you as well, Bliss. And yeah, you see the spider come back down and then change into a little dwarf fellow. And no one else can see Bliss right now. She's just kind of lurking in the
A
dark.
shadow in the night.
She rolled really well, so not even your passive perception can figure out.
A 30 on stealth. What is this game?
You are turning into a spider is really gross.
Yeah, but we can loot his corpse now, so.
Is anyone got their back to me? How far away from the group am I?
I'll say that you, being probably very cautious, have been keeping them at your vision, like your dark vision distance.
Yep.
Like kind of just within 60 feet of them. But that was just me assuming that you were taking things very easy.
Yeah, I was. That's fair.
Yeah.
I would very cautiously still make my way towards the group, but not say anything or not make myself known.
How close are you willing to get? Because
Is
at a
there
certain point you're gonna need to re-roll stealth.
Okay. Okay, what is the layout? So, like, I'm looking at them. Are they facing where I am, or are they have their back to me, or?
They've kind of formed a semicircle around this kobold corpse.
Okay, so someone has their back to me, but others like are sort of around. Okay. I'll walk about 30 feet in just to see more of the surrounding, just to see what's going on.
Yeah. Roll another stealth check.
Okay. That is 25.
Yeah, you still outside of their range. Okay. So that's you. Okay. Back to the main group.
I'm
Guys,
actually gonna I'm gonna take light off of my greatsword, put it back in the sheath, and I'm gonna pull a lantern-looking patch off of my robe of useful items.
Ooh.
So it's a bullseye lantern filled and lit.
All right. And
it's got 60 feet of. Let me see here. I just looked it up before doing it. 60 feet of bright light in a cone, and then dim light for an additional 60 feet. Once lit, it burns for 6 hours.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hold that.
Yeah, you're lighting up this wrapped up kobold body. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, if nobody else wants to loot it, I definitely.
I have too much stuff.
I don't have enough stuff, so.
Gorak's gonna like turn around and just keep watch behind us to make sure like nobody sneaks up on us, and just look around at the walls and stuff. Lantern, same direction, 60-foot cone, and I'm gonna have Randa that's on my shoulders try to keep watch too as a zombie. My little kobold buddy on my shoulders.
Who's in front of me? Can I ask? Like, who's like directly in front of me?
Based on the conversations and stuff, I would say the person with their back to you is Baktamen, and to your on the right side is Gorak. You don't know their names though.
Yeah.
And to the left you see the dwarf.
Okay. So
And you
Dwarf.
would also see a zombie kobold as well.
On me shoulders.
Okay. So is the kobold to the right of me or in front of me?
The kobold's on my shoulders.
Yeah, the kobold is on Gorak, the Minotaur's shoulders.
Okay.
The one that had the first person you saw.
With my
Okay.
big old lantern.
In this big old lantern. Okay.
But you guys were gonna check the body.
I wasn't. I was gonna let them do it while I turned around, like not facing them, facing the other direction and looking on with the lantern raised, see if I can like see anything.
Ahead or back behind you?
Back behind us.
Oh.
That's really rude.
What? Why?
That's
Oh.
All right. So, Eberk, what's up?
I just want to loot this corpse if nobody else has.
Roll for investigation.
Oh boy, I'm not good at that. I have a +1. Oh boy. Oh, I rolled an 18 on the dice. 19 total. How about that?
Yeah, you don't find many possessions. You do see a brass bottle, but the brass at the bottom, and then the glass at the top part. Through the glass, you can see like smoke swirling around inside.
I mean, I guess I'll grab it. Is there any way I could try and identify what it is?
I don't think you've seen one of something like this before.
Okay. I mean, I'll just grab it. I'll put it in my notes. I'll just grab this and yeah. Hold on for now.
Go ahead and roll history or arcana, whichever.
I have a +1 to both, so here we go. Oh, and that is a natural 1, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. You so when you take this out, are you like showing it to anybody or are you just putting it in your pack?
I'll just grab it, like kind of look at it like, all right, and stuff it in my bag.
Gorak, you're fanning your light around to look out for kobolds. Baktamen, what are you doing?
Tell them, I guess we need to get a move on.
Were you watching any of the stuff like happening?
Yeah, if I'm standing right there, probably.
Okay. So you can go ahead if you want, see if you've seen or heard of anything associated with that bottle or flask that he was holding.
All right. You said history or what?
Arcana.
+2 to both, so it's 16.
16. A long time ago, you actually heard a story in a tavern of someone like at one point they had a bottle that whenever it was pulled up, whenever it was let loose, it would just constantly release fog and smoke like a thick cloud and just obscure vision. But this same guy, while in that tavern talking about this, he had dropped it and it had shattered on the ground.
Okay.
You would have heard him refer to it as an ever smoking bottle.
Eberk, is that bottle open? Or Eberk?
Is it open? Like
No,
I didn't
not.
open it.
It's got the stopper in it right now.
Oh yeah, I just grabbed it. Was like, all right, smoke in a bottle, and threw it in my bag. Like,
Okay, well, going off of that lead, is the fog that's on the ground coming from any particular direction, or is it static?
It's currently static and only really moves when you guys move.
Okay,
It's reacting to all of you.
I'm just going to tell everybody, okay, let's keep a move on. I don't want to be down here all night.
All right. So as you're doing all of that, Gorak fans the lantern and catches slight movement from the direction behind them. But Gorak, you didn't quite see what it was, just that it was a movement that kind of shied away from the light.
Oh, we got something over here.
And you would see that Minotaur shine a light in your direction.
I'm gonna run in that direction where I just saw like the movement go into. I'm gonna charge full speed at it. Horns down.
I'm gonna dodge out the way. I assume I see him running at me, so.
Yeah, let's say he's Gorak, are you like doing a charge with your head down? Like, are you just running at where you last looked when you?
I'm running like where I last looked and put my head down and just charge at it.
And she sees you running and just steps to the side.
How far away is he now? Like, has he stopped just in front of me, or is he still charging down this corridor?
Well, if he's using his action, he would come up right all the way up to you.
Yeah.
All the way up to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, being stealthed still, I hold a dagger to his neck. Like, I just wrap a dagger around his neck. If I can do that. You know, like he's
So
he's here. I'm behind him, and I've wrapped my arm around him.
Let's see.
Could she wrap her arm around me just like up to my neck? Because I am quite tall.
He is 8'2".
Shit.
Yeah, Minotaur.
I wrap my arm around his waist with a dagger.
Guys.
So you guys aren't saying anything at all? You're just like.
Someone's straddling me with a dagger over here. Help me.
Move.
Bow up.
Rando, get ready to rip her face off. And the kobold on my shoulders turns around and looks down. Yeah.
I'd rather you not rip my face off. I'd rather know why you just charged at me.
Well, you see, we're in a crazy mountain, and there's been things attacking us all day, and, well, I saw something run around in the fog over here, and, well, my instinct told me to kill it, so, hello.
Like, it tells you to kill everything.
I take my, arm away from him and just step around in front of him, still holding it out as if, don't come near me. Just don't come near me.
Oh, we got another one of those flying kobolds over here.
Oh boy.
I'm nothing like a flying kobold, sir.
Guys, back up. I'm over here and I shine the lantern in their direction.
You guys would, Eberk, you would see familiar slickness to this new person's skin. You're familiar with the texture of it because it was on you and Baktamen when you awoke.
So it's a newborn. Born of the tree.
Did you say anything out loud?
At this point, I feel like I'm just mostly curious because I myself, as a person, don't know what's happening. Well, in character, I'm like, I just woke up in a mountain, guys. I don't know what's happening. I guess maybe I would shout something like, wait a second. I think they're just new to the world like me.
I'll lower my bow. I trust this guy more than Gorak.
I'm still very cautiously holding this dagger in front of me and now eyeing up the three people behind.
I think I would like to, seeing this person's looking a little hostile with his dagger, maybe start prepping an ice knife in my hand just in case.
Yeah, Bliss, you see this thing that changed from a spider to a dwarf start to he like pulls out a glass needle and spins it in the air, and it starts to form a knife, like an ice dagger, like a.
I think we're just under some communication issues. I'm Gorak. I am a servant of Vecna.
And as you say Vecna, everybody except for Gorak roll
Oh god.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at these. All right.
I'm not.
Ooh, that is a 24.
Okay.
7.
22. I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. Both Bliss and Eberk. You both have a different vision, but it ends the same. You recall most of the elements of your past. You recall what made you you, what made you yourself, what you feel is you. You recall all of your past, but the gap that occurred, like the missing bits of time that you're feeling, for instance, you don't know how you arrived in this, like were birthed from this tree. Something slowly starts to come back to you. You remember your life as an adventurer. You remember being extremely good at it. Like you, metagame wise, you're in the upper teens of the echelon of adventurers in level. Eberk, you specifically recall being on a mission with a bunch of the other acolytes of your religion. You remember being surprised or caught in an ambush, and you remember a very lich-like figure raising its finger up in your direction, and that's the last thing you remember before being birthed. Bliss, you recall something very similar. Another is different background, a different environment, but still that same figure raising a finger in your direction and everything going dark. Baktamen, everything's fine. Yeah, you feel like you're just on the right path. Everything's gonna work out. You get everything's just fine. You're just you're like, I feel purpose. I feel purpose. I'm just gonna keep going. And Gorak, you're in the same boat. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. You know that you're what you do is for Vecna. All right, and Eberk, Bliss, after a moment of tweaking out and going into shock, you come to.
There's a lich! And then I'm like, oh, never mind.
I put the dagger back in my pocket. Just thinking.
I'll say you've got leather armor, and there's like a sheath on like either your waist, your chest, or your back, wherever you'd like.
I put it back at my waist, and I hold my hands up, and I'm like, I'm not here to fight. I don't know how I got here. I just didn't want to die, and you charged at me.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, because we've been getting like attacked by stuff all day, and like a bunch of other days, and well, then you were like lurking in the fog, so it was kind of suspicious. So
I'll look over to her and tell her, I can tell you for a fact he needs to grow a pair.
What?
He is going to. Does a Minotaur have hands? It doesn't matter. She's still going to extend a hand as if to shake it, regardless of if he has hands or not.
Gorak doesn't shake hands.
Well, that's not what I know. So
Yeah, he just doesn't shake hands.
Grow a pair.
I very awkwardly put it back. My name is Bliss. I don't know where I am or how I got here.
So what you're saying is ignorance is bliss.
I ignore it. Just straight up ignore it.
So, what are we doing?
I guess we keep moving.
Guess you can join us if you like. Just turn around and start walking again.
How do I
Yeah,
know I can
both,
trust any of you?
Well, since they're kind of rude, the rude, the little dwarf man, his name is Eberk. I've only known them for like a couple hours. And then the rude one, the smelly human, that's Baktamen, Baktamen. You know, they got names.
Blade and backgammon. Good to know.
And this is Rando, and I point to the kobold zombie sitting on my shoulders.
Or I guess since it's a kobold.
Perfect.
Hi.
He doesn't bite unless I tell him to.
And it goes like this.
Great. I'll remember not to piss you off, I suppose.
Yeah, I killed my previous party. I mean, and he's gonna follow Baktamen.
Yeah, I guess I'll just start using passive perception and dark vision to try and find a way forward.
Yeah, both Baktamen and Gorak.
Yeah, I still have that lantern out.
Guys, in your guys' minds, you recall without having to try to recall, you're both recalling the last few bits of what you heard from Vecna, which was destroy the vermin below, and it's just on repeat in the back of your mind.
All right, yeah, I'll continue going on in the direction where Bliss came from with my lantern raised, I think, because it's got the 60-foot cone of light and then the 60-foot dim light beyond it.
So you're going backwards?
I'm going like whatever direction we haven't gone. I mean,
I came from
Okay.
behind you.
oh,
So I came from where you came from.
never mind. I'm going. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go in the right direction.
Okay.
Okay.
Follow me.
With that
Alright.
replaying in my mind as I walk by the dead body, I'm gonna reach over and hit it with my torch. See, it's
Yeah,
just
and it's got
spit
those
like-
webbing. It's got that webbing on it, so it ignites immediately, and it just goes.
Oh,
Crap.
wait. No, Rando's fine. I desecrated his body in honor of Vecna, so I mean he should be okay.
You're really disturbing, dude.
All right, marching order.
I mean, I don't mind going first. I got a 22 passive perception.
I'm being as far back as humanly possible because I still don't know this group.
All right, I'll go second.
Yeah, I guess I'll fall back to third.
Like I'll take it at a nice slow pace, just kind of cautiously looking everywhere we go.
Okay. And how far back are you, Bliss? How far back are you staying?
Not too far, like 10 feet behind the person in third.
Okay. Okay, so that means you are about 20 feet behind Eberk, with the other two in between you. All right, so you guys take off and you're going, and the fog is still just under your chin, Eberk. But you, as you're moving along, you start to smell something kind of funky.
I think I smell kobold shit again, guys.
Roll a nature check.
Oh boy, I'm actually good at these. Oh yeah, I am. 21 total.
Despite the subtleties of just insects in general and like the smells associated with them, you peg this one as like grubs, like just a mass of grubs, and you just smell them in the distance, can't see them.
So there's like maggots around. All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just kind of keep walking. I smell maggots. Maybe. All right.
I don't like maggots.
You keep moving forward, and you start to hear
That's not creepy. All righty.
and it's getting louder and louder.
Can I like determine which direction that's coming from?
In front of you.
Just in front of me. Okay.
Yep.
I've got dark vision, so I guess I don't need to like light up a light of some sort. I guess I'll just keep taking this kind of slow pace, looking around, listening.
Okay. Yeah, you keep going, and your foot reaches like a ledge. You like take a step, and like half your foot like catches the edge of the ledge.
Like a ledge up or ledge like falling down?
Ledge down.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll let the group know, like, hey, you got like maybe stairs or something, and can I like reach out with the foot and kind of like feel around a little to try and like.
Yeah, you reach out with a foot. It only goes, the little lip that you hit only goes down to about that much before you feel movement on your boot.
Can I do like some like stomping actions? Like you're trying to like, really just nail down the path in front of you kind of thing?
Okay, so you go and stick your foot in there and you go like that, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you do that. Okay. Yeah, you stick your foot in there and do an attack roll.
Any modifiers of any kind? Or...
Nope, melee. Just a melee attack.
Oh, that's a 5 on the dice.
Okay. You pull your leg back out and you see that there's just a whole bunch of like grubs and maggots, like all
delicious.
Over your...
It's what's for dinner, everyone. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of yell back over my shoulder like, there's worms and stuff here, guys, and then try and kind of feel my way forward with my foot.
Do you step into it?
I guess I mostly want to like kind of like, reach my leg out and like feel if like there's actual solid ground to like step into.
No.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I guess I'm just gonna back up a little bit. Like, There's no way forward.
There's always a way forward.
That's it. We're stuck right here, guys. That's it. The path ends here.
Is it just the fog that's keeping us from seeing whatever this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you see that it's a bunch of that. There's like you can gather that it's kind of a pit of grubs. You don't know how deep it is.
I have an idea. You guys just follow my lead. And I pick random up off my shoulders. Be like, be strong, little buddy. And I toss him towards the grub pit.
All right.
My kobold zombie will kill them all.
Those guys have 8 AC.
Oh
correct?
yeah,
Or
it's
9?
a zombie, so it has 8 AC.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it you see it. Kobolds are around like what 3.5 or
Yeah,
4.5 feet.
3.5, 4.5, yeah.
So you see it go and go beneath the fog, but you can just catch the hint of its little horns,
Yeah,
or its single horn, since you tore one off.
yeah, I did. Did I? I did, yes.
Yeah. And it. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, so that's first one. Okay, it takes 7 damage,
All right.
and that's it standing right there.
Yep.
Do you want it to move forward, or?
I wanted to make an attack against the grubs.
Okay, roll an attack.
Yeah, it's just gonna go do a zombie slam attack. That's a 10 plus 3, that's a 13.
That hits. Roll damage.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As he just punches his little kobold zombie fist into the grubs.
Okay. Do you want him to do anything else on his turn?
See if he can move any farther down.
Okay. They have 20 feet moving speed, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he can only move, because this is rough terrain, he can only move
10.
about another 5.
Oh, okay. I thought he had more because I threw him. All right.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, we'll say that. Sure. As he goes through, he you can see it's like he goes through another chunk of these guys, and they're gonna get opportunity attacks on him,
Oh man.
and he's gonna get 3 additional grubs, so that's 66. All right. That's 17 points of damage.
Oh, he's dead.
Holy
And you see how this kobold is swarmed with grubs and just starts to get eaten away.
Oh well, that
It's out of.
didn't go as planned.
And Rando is unconscious again.
Well, dead, like dead. Anyone want to try running through the grubs as quick as they can?
I'll step up to the edge and tell him sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith. And I'm going to cast jump and
Okay.
just go for it.
Are you doing a standing jump, or are you going to run and jump?
Yeah, I'll take the 10-foot run up. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
And
oh,
I
man.
put a note in your ring of jumping to see how far you could long jump.
Oh no, TPK'd by grubs.
Right? I'm like, he's about to die.
39 feet.
Yeah. So you, based on where you've seen everybody stop, you take a jump and you just go "Wah!" and you land and the ground beneath you squishes a little bit like it's a kind of firm sponge but still spongy, and you stand up and you're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly start walking back towards them and try to find the other edge.
Are you using anything?
Yeah, I'll use my rapier. Just
Okay, so you step out in front of you, and by the time you reach the lip, you can see that they are about 20 feet away from you when you get closer to them and find the lip. So you guys can gauge, based on that, your impression is that this pit of grubs is 20 feet long.
Oh boy.
and I announce to them, "This is the edge."
Can we like see him poking out above the fog?
Oh yeah, you can see him.
Okay.
Who's going next?
I mean, I have a negative strength modifier. I can't jump.
I can toss a dwarf.
Perfect.
I can't jump or be tossed.
As you try and toss me, I'll just not the beard.
So-
and then,
Don't feral tieflings have wings?
Funnily, the guy with the wall walking boots is on the already jumped across.
Right. I'm
Oh.
trying to look and see what I've got to get me across this thing.
I can always toss you. I tossed my little kobold purposely into the pit. I won't toss you purposely into the pit, though.
Oh, I think you're muted, Jessica. Can't hear you.
8B, but I don't know how.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, my
Or,
mic just decided to be a shit. Okay, cool.
or like, I could carry you in my arms, Eberk, and I could jump with you in my arms.
Yeah, I mean, so right now, I think my maximum like long jump distance is not very far. I don't think I can jump a 20-foot pit. I do have this rope of climbing though.
Sorry, I'm killing a big
Could I-
beetle that's running across my monitor.
Nice.
Is there any way I could like take this rope of climbing and like chuck it across to the other side and tell it to like, I don't know, tie itself off or something, and then use that to pull myself across?
You would need to be more specific as to what it's tying itself off to.
To our other friend on the other side here, our human fighter.
Do you consent to this, Baktamen?
Uh,
Or I'll
Well-
just tell him like, "Hey, catch!" and then like chuck it to him.
yeah, I'll hold on to it, and but I don't think we're gonna get the big guy across like this.
The big guy can walk.
I
I
have
was gonna
a
say, I think
plan.
the big guy can jump the pit. He's got some strength going on.
Yeah, I'll holler back to Gorak to hold it if they want to attempt to. Shimmy.
I don't need to shimmy.
Well, I mean, if you hold it for the other two of us to shimmy, and then if you think you can jump, we'll
Oh,
just wait here. on
Garrett
the-
takes the rope and he holds it up his full 8 feet plus however long his arm is.
Yeah,
And
so
then, like-
about 10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet up.
kind of like shimmy over this pit.
Putting all my strength into holding it so people can shimmy across.
Yeah, I'm holding mine with both hands.
All right. Who's going first?
I'll go first. Sure, why not?
Okay, you go first. You do a dexterity check, and Justin, you do a strength check with advantage.
All right, I dropped my dice.
Oh, good thing that's with advantage.
Yes.
16.
Okay.
I rolled a 17 for dex check.
Okay. You make it across.
Whew.
Woo. All right. Woo wee. Bliss. We didn't hear. I didn't hear you.
I suppose I'm going next. Unhappily. Okay. Am I rolling just
yeah.
dex?
So we're gonna do it again. Dex for you, but Gorak gets a strength 1 with advantage.
Yep. So I got a natural 1
I've
and
got a natural 20.
12.
12.
I got
All
a
right.
natural 20 with 7. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you hang on. You can hang on to that rope. You're hanging onto it as it falls into the grubs. So you make it. Almost to Baktamen. You're about 5 feet away from him, and you go. You feel the rope kind of go slack, and dip, and you dip into the grub. You pass beneath the fog, and you dip into the grubs.
Can I reach out and try to grab her?
You feel your back get a little wet and squirmy, and it's overall probably unsettling. Luckily, none of them wiggle into any crevices in your armor, or likewise, and
Crevices.
Great word.
And Baktamen, you said you were gonna reach out and try and grab her.
Yeah, I try to pull her up on the ledge.
I mean, if I'm already
Okay.
over there, I'll try and help too.
Yeah. So she's still hanging onto the rope. You guys have the rope, and you're just gonna pull her up. So I'll let one of you decide who's gonna roll with advantage.
I've already got the rope, so
Yeah, let him roll. I suck at strength.
Okay, so just roll with advantage then.
okay. That's strength. 19.
Yeah. You pull her out. She's got a few like errant maggots, like kind of squirming on armor, but overall, none of them have found any places to bite effectively.
I wriggle like a child. Like I am seriously like brushing my armor. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Just like brushing them off of me.
I holler it back to Gorak. So what are we gonna do with you?
Watch this. I take my half of the rope if I still have it. I just chuck it, just towards them.
I'll pull it in.
I look at my lantern and I go, I can always make another one of these. I'm gonna slam the lantern down into the grub pit. See if that does anything.
Oh, you're slamming the lantern
Into the grub pit, yeah.
So that's oil and fire.
Yeah.
What would be the damage for that?
I think burning damage is a 1d4 per turn at the start of each round.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like initial like
Improvised weapon.
No, we'll say that you can totally just throw your lantern down and you hit the spot. Where are you aiming with that, by the way? Because there's a certain section of these maggots that's these grubs that have been eaten, that have been destroyed or been damaged.
I'm the closest amount to me, I guess.
All right. So we're the ones that have already been damaged by
yeah.
your kobold's attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go throw the thing down, and also you don't need to make an attack roll. You're just kind of tossing it downwards. So
yeah.
Whatever. And it crashes into that and does 7 damage. And it lights on fire. Are you guys doing anything before the next turn?
I'm mesmerized by what this guy is doing.
Well, then I'm just going to use my movement to jump over the fire. I'm going to like back up 10 feet and do a running jump.
Okay, if it's your turn again,
Well,
And-
that'd be my movement though. It'd just be my movement. Do a long jump.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were waiting for something.
No. I'm just like throwing that down and then jumping across the fire.
Oh, okay.
Trying
Alright.
to look as pimp as possible.
All right.
So long jump, backed up 10 feet to run. So it would be
17 feet.
17 feet. Yeah.
You run, you jump, and you start to drop, and it looks like you're not going to make it. You're going to come up just short.
That's fine.
You land in these guys. I'll say that it's already like based on how much you weigh and landing in them. I'll say that counts as a melee attack. Go ahead and roll your melee attack damage.
9 to hit.
Don't you landed in them. Don't worry about to hit.
Just roll. So
Just roll the damage, or is it just like your flat strength? Yeah.
I'll just say unarmed strike then. 4 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. Boom. You land them. They do that. They start to try and find
Do it.
anything to get in through your armor.
Gorex used to be eaten by maggots. Do it.
They do not. They can't find. They're trying to find like ways to get to your skin, but they can't. You're fully covered.
Sure.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Anybody else gonna try anything? Do anything?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
the armor and
I'm
Yeah, I guess
fine, guys. I can handle maggots. I've dealt with them before.
reach a hand out and try
Try
and
and
help him
help
up
him
when he
up,
gets
yeah.
close.
All right.
No,
So-
Gorek's gonna walk out of this
Triple
pit.
advantage.
No, Gorek's gonna walk out of this pit by himself.
All right. You walk out.
He doesn't need help.
As you go, they'll take attack of opportunity.
Sure they will. Come on, bring it.
They don't get any bonuses. 14.
To hit?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't hit.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. You easily get through that.
And then as I get out, I'm just gonna brush myself off. Be like, see, handled it.
Yeah. You've got a few maggots that you just kind of like.
I pick one off and eat it.
Yeah.
it's okay. It was probably eating you too.
Oh, I've been eaten by maggots before. It's not like I said I'm used to it. I'm like half decayed and stuff. I mean, I'm like a maggot wet dream. Onwards! And I squish a firefly against my greatsword and cast light. The red glowing light on my greatsword.
All right.
Yeah, follow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Badass.
walking right along.
Is it the same initiate or same marching order as before?
I think Gorak's out in front now.
Yeah, I'm in front now.
I'll go second and just keep my eyes peeled.
Okay.
Gorak proved his mettle.
All right, so you guys proceed. About 80 more feet, and you come to a turn in the tunnel. It curves to the right, and you can suddenly see the ceiling again, like it has arched downwards. And as you turn to the right, you see another corridor, and about 40 feet ahead, Eberk and Bliss, you would see a little alcove on the left.
I guess I'll just point it out to the group like, hey, there's a thing there. And then other than that, I'm really not sure what it is.
All right, and Gorak will move towards the alcove.
Okay. Yeah, you move up to it, and it just looks like a little nook that's been carved into the side of the wall, big enough to fit like a person, but that's it.
All right.
I'll look around and see if there's any signs somebody actually stayed here or something.
You don't see anything. Like there's only it's only big enough to fit like one person standing. Like or like a halfling lying down. It's a very like yeah, you could only fit probably one person in the alcove. Yeah.
But it's not very deep though. It's just
No, it's just a hole in the tunnel.
look to everybody else.
Perception checks, everyone.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm always scared when you say that. I'm like, is my passive not good enough? I'm so scared.
Gorak got a 21.
Oh gosh.
You got 10.
16.
I rolled a natural 1 plus 7, so I have 8 on a rolled perception check.
Natural one's a natural 1. It's a 1. So Eberk, you are actually you're distracted by the means at which this alcove was carved out. You're a little bit being a dwarf, you kind of
Oh, this is some good stonework.
so yeah, you catch yourself kind of inspecting that while everyone else is looking around. And you guys see like indentation, like the ground normally has just been moss that's been pretty level. But here in this hallway, it dips down pretty heavily in the middle, about about half a foot. You just feel that it's kind of arced like that.
I move forward.
You move forward, and as you move forward, see another alcove on the right and another alcove on the left. They're not directly across from each other. The one on the left is a little bit more further.
I go check for the left alcove.
Yeah, as you go to look at this alcove on the left, you, because of your perception roll before, you also see a lever against the wall, and you also see some stone, a stone door.
Pull the lever.
Where is everybody?
I think I'm examining stonework still because I'm an idiot.
I'm still stood by the stonework, but not examining it.
Which are you with? Are you with Eberk?
Yeah.
Okay, because the first alcove is about 30 feet away from the next one, which is on the opposite end of the hallway. And then, so there's a total of 3 alcoves. 2 on the left, 1 on the right.
I feel like if I got so distracted at looking at this that I probably didn't move from the first one.
Okay.
I probably walked through the 3, but didn't go past the last one.
Okay. So, all right. So when Gorak pulls this lever, you hear a clunk, and the door doesn't move, and you hear a boom. And out of the darkness, you see a big rolling ball coming down the hallway. What do you guys do?
I run away from it.
Run away from it.
I'm gonna jump into that alcove.
I'm just gonna.
Okay. You jump into the alcove. That leaves 2 more alcoves to be filled.
I guess I'll jump into the one that I'm right next to. This first one, like
Yeah,
oh,
I'm gonna like press up like as much against the wall that I'm like alcove that I'm in right now.
You pulled the lever. You're not in an alcove.
I thought I was in an alcove. Oh, all right. I'm gonna. Fuck me.
oh no.
I'm gonna see if I can get to an alcove in time. An
Okay,
open alcove.
both if I imagine both you and Bliss are going to be aiming for that last
Yeah,
alcove.
I don't care.
Guys,
I don't know where that well. I'm pushing her out of the way.
I'm not. Like,
Okay.
he can take it. I'm not. I'm running away as far away as possible.
Okay, I'm going for it then.
He runs for this alcove, goes in it. The ball is rolling right towards you, Bliss. Where are you going? There's nothing but a door.
Just nothing but a door.
Yeah, there's a big
Oh
door there.
god!
And this rolling ball is about to crash into you.
Oh god. Okay. Can I try and just open the door? Just like try.
Oh man.
How are you gonna do that? What are you gonna do?
Literally, like, you know when you've seen, you know when you watch those horror movies and there's literally a girl that's just banging on the doors trying to get. That's essentially what I'm doing right now.
All right.
I'm just
So
like
you see this
trying.
thing coming at you. You see this thing coming at you, and you run for the door.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you see everybody filling in those little nooks, and you're just like, you sons of bitches. And
I'm just like desperately trying to open this.
you go up to this stone door.
Oh no.
And you start to you go to bang on it, and your fist goes right through it.
Can I like desperately try and push more through and like see if I
No,
can
you
get
easily
myself
walk
through?
right through it.
Oh, I walk through the door? Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I run through the door then.
You run through the door. You
Yeah.
run through the door, and you see just a wall in front of you, and then a turn to the right.
I go right. I go straight right.
You go right, and as you go right, the rolling stone boulder goes and crashes into the wall behind you.
All I could think of was it's Tiefling goo time.
See that one? Just exactly how I planned it. And I step out of the
Welcome
alcove.
to the party.
I come back through the door, I suppose, climbing over the mess of the rock that's just shattered. What the
boulder is
fuck?
actually partially embedded into the wall
Oh,
behind
so
you.
can I not get through it? Am I just trapped behind this boulder, or can I?
No,
get around it?
there's a small area for you to squeeze back into the
fuck.
hallway where everyone else was.
Okay, I'm gonna squeeze back and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, you poke your head through, and all of you guys see this this illusory stone wall, and her head just kind of pokes through it like, "Hey."
Yeah.
I'm just like giving dagger eyes to the Minotaur that pulled the fucking lever, just like, what the and then took the other like.
Gorak looks around to see who she's looking daggers at. Like, huh?
Does that over the shoulder look like? Is there
Oh.
someone behind me?
That could have killed me, you asshole.
I mean, I've seen people die before. It's pretty nice. I could have brought you back. It's fine.
I don't want to be brought back as some zombie.
No, I mean,
from
I can
your
like.
shoulder.
I have other spells to bring people back, not just zombies. It's all fine. Everyone will be fine.
I just put my head back through the door and carry on walking down the corridor I've now found. Like, I just move on.
Oh, I guess we should follow.
Yeah, I'll pop out of this corridor. Like, well, that was fun.
Step out, kind of hanging my head.
I happily skip towards where the invisible door is. My Gorak's having a blast.
This reminds me of one of my favorite movies, and just stares off into the distance.
1,000-yard stare.
How's Gorak gonna get around this boulder?
He can squeeze through
Oh, can he? Okay, because he's a
Yeah.
big boy.
with a little bit of effort, but
He gets like stuck halfway and is like sucks in his gut
I'll push him.
and squeezes through the other side. One of his like a piece of his like flesh comes off while he's doing it and just lands on the floor. Just plop.
Your armor screeches a bit. Of
Like
course, it doesn't
nails on a
leave any.
chalkboard.
Yeah. It screeches a little bit like nails on a chalkboard, but because it's magical armor, it doesn't like do
Mhm.
anything to your armor. It just you
Ah.
just see chunks of that
Mhm.
boulder come off.
I love that sound.
I squeeze through behind him. Or I guess I crawl through.
I kind of like lean down to Baktamen and go like this. Yeah, she did die. I was gonna bring her back as a zombie. And I continue down the hallway with my glowing greatsword.
All right, marching order.
I
I
guess
guess
I'm
Bliss is
first.
first. I'll be
I think I'm in the back. I was the last one to make it up here to squeeze
yeah,
through.
so I'll
this.
be second. I don't know how
Stealth
far ahead
check.
she is, but
I just
Stealth
walked
checks
off.
if you're trying to be stealthy, or not if you're not.
no.
I'm
I'll
definitely trying to
roll
be
one just.
stealthy.
What is stealth?
Oh snap!
No.
Who's doing what? I didn't hear that. What's that for? What's
He's-
that for?
It was for a stealth
Stealth.
check.
Okay.
On my stealth.
23.
Yeah, with natural 20 and modifiers, I rolled a 23 as well.
Yeah, I'm not trying to stealth. Fuck that shit.
Bliss, what were you doing?
I was trying to stealth, and I
What'd
got
you roll?
15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not. And
No.
the marching order was Bliss,
Gorak.
Gorak,
Mhm.
Baktamen, Eberk.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So you guys proceed forward. How far ahead are you trying to be Bliss from everyone else?
I just like however long it took them. Like I didn't stop walking. I didn't wait for them to catch up. Like so, however long it took for them all to squeeze through the gap, I'm that far ahead.
Okay. So often you come to an opening, and as you get closer and closer to the opening and more is revealed to you through your dark vision, you see a single armored kobold in the center of this room. And you can see it's crouched down, it's got a shield up, and it's just it's like, yeah, come and get it. Yeah.
How far behind me are they?
I would say at least a turn. So 30.
Okay. All right. In that case, I pull out my short bow and attempt to attack it. I suppose. Is it? I'm guessing it's behind cover.
It's just got its shield out. It is more or less towards the back of this room.
How far? Is it close enough for me to use a short bow?
Let's see. You just got it's about 60 feet away from you right now.
Okay.
So yes.
Say yes. Okay, cool. I will attack it with my short bow. I
Yeah,
fire
roll
an
an
arrow.
attack.
It is 9, 10, 16 to hit.
16.
Mhm.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay,
Roll damage.
7.
All right. 7 damage. Okay.
And then I use my bonus action to back up and warn them. Like, because I don't know how far away they are, but if you said they're a turn, I can use dash. So I just run away. I just run away and tell them.
Okay. All right. As you do that, you see this kobold move further back into this room.
Right, okay. And just like Guys, we have company. Just point to that direction.
I love company.
That's it. That's me. I don't know who's next.
All right. I keep moving forward, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you guys adjusting who's going first now?
Yeah, I'm going. Just moving forward, continuing with greatsword out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Bliss,
I'm
where
letting
are
them
you
step
jumping
in front of me. Probably. Is the dwarf in the back? Yeah, probably in front of the dwarf. So like third.
Mm-hmm.
Gorak, you have your light up, right?
Yep. Through my greatsword, 20 feet, and then 20 feet dim.
Alright. Yeah, I'll stay behind him. That's fine.
Okay. All right. All right. So you move forward, Gorak, and I'll say that sorry, I just got a message. I'll say that your guys is based on the distance that you guys are from each other. Gorak's vision and your guys' 60 feet of dark vision kind of coincide. And Gorak, as you start to go into the room, you don't see anything as you reach like the doorway to this new wide open room.
All right.
You can't see the sides.
Mhm.
You're just going into this open space. You look above you and you can tell that there's like you go through this doorway, or like you're at the edge of the doorway, and you see like some like a ceiling above you,
Mhm.
but then it only goes for about 10 feet, and then it goes off into darkness upwards.
All
Like
right.
you can't just see beyond that lip.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you use darkness, what do you do?
How much of my movement did I use to get up here?
We'll say that you paused, so you can take another movement if you'd like.
I'll take another movement then. Into the center
Okay.
of the room, I guess.
All right. So you go 30 feet more in. And with 30 feet, you can see the kobold in the back of the room.
Okay.
And he's just like, come on, get it. And you see him with like a spear and a shield, and he's like, ah.
Okay. I'll come and get it. I'll just stay here and get it, though.
What do you mean?
And I'm gonna... I'm going to just hurl a toll. I'm going to just toll the dead.
Okay. So based on the positioning, this puts Eberk and Bliss right at the doorway. And Baktamen is about 15 feet behind Gorak. Yeah?
Yep. That's
Okay.
what I got, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody in agreement? That's where everybody's at?
Yep. And
Yeah.
I walked into the room and did toll the dead.
Told it dead.
So, yeah.
How does
Got-
that work?
Got
How
like
do you
my
do that?
foghorn bells, like dong, dong, dong.
Hmm.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, he fails. Roll damage.
Did he already take damage from the bow?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. So I'm 5th level, so that's 2d12.
Yeah, do it up.
Ooh. 13 necrotic damage.
Yeah. takes
And
13
let me just
necrotic
see
damage.
something else here. Because it targets 2 creatures with my Reaper feat, because of no, never mind. That would I can't say it just hits it again. I can't do that. All right, yeah, that's what I'll do then. Toll the Dead,
All right.
and then flip him the bird.
All right. Right after you do that, up on these balconies across the room, you see 5 figures stand up, 3 of which point directly at you, Gorak, and fire acid arrows.
Acid arrows.
Yep, you see all these kobolds go, "Ah, get up!"
Okay, go for it. Bring it.
That's 18 plus
18 to hit.
20.
20 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna use my gloves of missile snaring to see if I can reduce the damage with it, whatever that's gonna be.
Does that work with a ranged spell attack?
Oh, it's a spell attack. Never mind. I thought it was like they're shooting like acid
no.
arrows.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, yeah, that hits.
It's Melf's acid arrow.
All right. Okay. So that is 8. That's 8 damage for
Okay.
that one. And 17
That hits.
to hit. Okay.
Correct. Just getting pelted.
4, 6, 9, 13
13 damage.
for the
Okay.
second one.
Oh no.
Another 18
Yeah,
plus
that
2.
hits. Garrick's health is just dropping.
6, 9, 10.
10 damage. Oof.
10 damage.
All right.
And as they launch those out, you see 2 other shielded kobolds drop down as well
Bring it.
and join the fray. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode.
Yeah.
With Garrick having 7 hit points.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Oh.
Poor Gorak.
This is a very common occurrence for him.
I'm not surprised.
Haven't dropped unconscious yet, though. But all right.
So what's the name? It's a trap.
Episode 6. It's a trap.
It's called Green Team 6.
All right. So that's that, I guess.
So welcome, Bliss, Jessica.
Hello.
Thank
you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. You made that puzzle a bit more interesting than initially.
Yeah.
Because everyone had a spot to like kind of hide. But then another person joined in and I was like, ooh, that's gonna turn out really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was aware that I could have jumped into this, but I was also like, but my character wouldn't, so I'm gonna have to kill myself, I suppose. Like, just that was not nice of you to do. I was like, oh, it's my first session. I'm gonna die immediately.
Yeah. What was it? I think it was 8d6 you would have taken.
That probably would have killed me. Don't know. That would have been a lot of damage, that's for sure.
Here,
And I
I'll roll 8d6 right now in in dice rolling needs.
Thanks.
Oh boy.
Man.
It's
33.
Yeah, that would have killed me.
Bam.
Yeah, would have murdered me.
Well, I think unconscious, not
You've
quite
been-
Well,
dead,
yeah,
You'd have been squished.
I would have been squished. I would have been unconscious and unhappy.
Unconscious and like, well, no, probably wouldn't have stopped the boulder. Probably still would have kept going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just had a boulder roll over my very unconscious body.
A little more than a slight speed bump for that boulder.
Glad that the door was not a real door.
Initially, Gorak was gonna see if he could like stop the boulder, like just like.
No.
Yeah, no.
Good luck.
Yeah, initially that those grubs were pretty dangerous if you guys would have tried trudging through them.
Yeah.
Semi-trudged through them.
If you guys get a chance, go ahead and look up Swarm of Rot Grubs.
No.
Not.
They're
it is
great,
not
yeah.
Pretty. If any of those would have bitten you and you didn't use an action to apply fire to the wound, they would just keep doing damage.
Yeah, so
1d6
good.
each.
And the funny thing is, their CR rating is only half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they can. The moment you take damage, you can.
Yeah.
You can apply fire, which will destroy them. But other than after your turn is over, they burrow beneath the skin and you can't get access to them.
Yeah, and
So they'll just be doing a d6.
Yeah. And it's
Whenever you
great when you
drop
get
it, so
if you're infested and they drop you to 0 hit points, you just outright die.
Yeah, no saving throws. You dead.
That's brutal.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Don't
Yeah.
sign me up for that.
So, but they don't have any bonuses to attack. So I was rolling really low, and like you guys just had high enough AC to not have any of them find the
My zombie
openings
didn't.
in your armor.
Work for
Yeah,
that,
zombie
'cause-
no.
Oh, poor zombie Kobold. He was short-lived.
Yeah, poor Rendo. You guys definitely found out that would be dangerous to do that, though. Otherwise, it probably would have been Gorak trudging through all those.
Yeah. Well, I would have probably just done like Spirit Guardians and then trudged through it.
Yeah. Well, the swarm of that probably could have worked.
It probably could have.
So there we have it. That is the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Sorry you guys haven't leveled up over the last 2 ones, but hopefully we'll get you guys on track by the end of this next episode.
Shit happens. All right.
Alrighty. Well,
So yeah, if you're not a member of our Discord, you can do that. I'm just gonna put. There's 5 people watching this stream, but I'm just gonna post that in the Discord anyway. I'm also gonna link our Patreon, so you can check out our Patreon because you can take part in text-based RPGs I'm gonna start doing on the Discord, and you can affect the outcome of our pirate campaign we play every Wednesday at 10 p.m. with Garrett. He's in that. I DM it. It's our main campaign for the channel. We'll be episode 16 next week on that. We've been streaming that for 16 weeks already. And you can join this text-based RPG once I set it up for just $1 a month on the Patreon, which is, nothing. And you can create little side characters. You can literally roll a character up, character sheet and everything. I'll have a separate campaign for that, I think, so I can manage all of the NPC characters in that one. I don't know if there's a limit on characters per campaign. We'll have that, and you can literally vote on things that'll happen to the main cast while they're playing. So since you'll all be playing as like inhabitants of this world, and there's a vote for a new king or something, your vote will matter. And you can also choose to attack settlements, and those attacks could possibly become events in the pirate campaign. And if your character you've made is popular enough and does a lot of good deeds, you may be brought in as a guest character for a session or so on the pirate campaign to see if you can sort of fuck with the pirates and their crew and everything. We'll see how that works out. And also, if you join the $10 tier per month on Patreon, you'll get free mini adventures that I'll be releasing every month on Patreon. So if you like adventures that will take you like maybe 2 to 3 hours to do with your group, definitely check that out to get some free adventures. We've ran one of those adventures here on the channel before, but that's a cheap adventure that will be part of the deal, because the adventure's only like $2 on DM's Guild, called Fizzle Blimp's Sugarland, and it's like Willy Wonka meets D&D. We did a session of that. You can check it out on our one-shots on our YouTube channel, because it is wild and ridiculous, and Garrett played a blind old man named Old Billy.
He wasn't blind. He had 10 feet of vision.
He had cataracts, severe cataracts. And also, yeah, check out our Twitter at Mimics and Monstros on Twitter, and then you can check my Twitter out at JWROSSS. Garrett, if you want to pimp out your Twitter, you can do that.
No.
All right, anybody else want to pimp out their Twitter? You can do that.
I don't use it.
All right.
Not me.
Cool. And we'll be back on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with Soldiers of the Lich Queen, continuing that little adventure. So, and the VOD for our last session just went up today, so you can go check that out. There's some audio issues because the stream crapped out like 8 times during that stream, so it's all like out of sync somewhat. So if you just like to listen to something in the background, you can do that. But that's all from me, so announcements. That's it.
Bam. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, good night.